Welcome to Sound Advice with Phyllis Nichols. This podcast is for women and the men who love them, who are determined to make a difference in the world. You'll hear from other women who followed their own path to success, who are willing to share what they've learned along the way. Be ready to laugh, learn, and be inspired. Who knows, your story could be next. Your host, Phyllis Nichols, will make sure you see the possibilities in your own life, and even better, give you proven strategies to get you from where you are to where you want to be.
Hi, and welcome to the Sound Advice podcast with Phyllis Nichols. It's great to have you here today. This episode, we're going to be talking about the simple and easy way to sell, even for the non-salesy, or I should say, especially for the non-salesy. That's my favorite subject, selling and sales, and I could talk about it probably every podcast. But today, this is really for those of you who don't like selling or who find it to be challenging. And it's no wonder, really. It's a process that has been complicated. And well-meaning people talk about selling and they mention things like sales funnels and conversion rates and lead generation and other metrics. And it does sound intimidating. I totally understand that. We also talk about sales as if it's a personality trait, something that you're born with, which I don't think is right at all. No one says, oh, he's a natural born accountant. Sales is one of the skills that people seem to think should come easily or not at all. I think people that get referred to as a natural salesperson, it's just somebody that has learned how to easily connect with others. What's good about that is that anybody can learn to do that. I'll use another example. Why is it that we expect writers or artists to sweat and toil to perfect their craft? And we applaud them for breaking through the resistance and getting their work into the world. We love their story of struggle and we share their success when they make it. But selling, no one wants to talk about the struggle and the breakthrough. It doesn't have the same allure as the starving artist or the struggling writer. We would just rather assume that those who do it well came by it easily or naturally, and everyone else, well, it's just not for them. That's just not right. In fact, that's wrong. Every day someone tells me they don't like to sell or they aren't good at selling. And I completely understand it's not a skill that everyone has or that you've even wanted to work on. But if you're a business owner or a leader at a nonprofit, if you're a writer or an artist, if you work in the corporate world and you have something that you want to share or get out to the world, from time to time, you're going to need to be able to sell yourself. And you're going to have to understand how selling works so that you can make it work for you. Now, that's also key, being able to sell in your way, a way that suits your style and your personality. I hope that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable about the idea as well, because you don't have to do it the way that I would or the way that another sales guru does it. I'm a huge advocate of finding your way to sell. And I do want to make it simple, and I promised it would be easy. So here's the definition I want you to internalize when it comes to selling. Whenever you think about selling or sales or promoting your product or service or your ideas, anytime this kind of pops in your head, here's the go-to statement that I really want you to think about and internalize. Sales is simply making an offer and giving someone the chance to say yes. That's it. I'm going to say that again, just because it's so important that you really make this your own. Okay, so sales is simply making an offer and giving someone the chance to say yes. The best part about this? The fact that the decision is completely 100% on the side of the buyer, the person to whom the offer is made. That means there's no need for persuasion or coercion or manipulation or being pushy or all those negative things that a lot of people associate with selling. It's just not there. Your job, your only job, is to make the offer. Now, I don't know about you, but I love knowing that that's all I have to do, that that's my responsibility, to make the offer. Now, obviously, you need to make your offer as compelling as possible. The more attractive the offer is, the more yeses you'll get. I'll do another podcast on how to make your offers as compelling as possible because that's a huge topic all on its own. But a very easy rule to remember when making an offer is that it should be about the buyer or the person that you're making the offer to. Sometimes people refer to this as the WIFM, the what's in it for them rule. And that's important. Offers don't always have to be about buying either. It could just be an offer to donate or to volunteer. Perhaps you want to make an offer for people to sign up to get more information or be on your email list. You might want to make an offer to someone to be on the podcast. I've been doing a lot of that lately myself. The same rule applies though. It should be about the other person, it should be about them, and it should be really easy for them to say yes. Now, if you feel like you've got a pretty good offer that you've been making and not seeing results, a couple of things. It might not be as compelling as it should be, or it might not be as customer focused as it should be. My guess sometimes is that you're hiding the best part and hoping that people will figure it out. You may be generating some great content and information on a website or on podcasts and videos. You may be really sharing some super information about what you do and how you can solve people's problems. But if you're not at the end of that making an offer and you're just hoping people will kind of come to it on their own, they won't. I mean, some people will every once in a while, but as a rule, you still need to go ahead and make the offer and extend that. The other issue, if you are making a lot of offers, is that you might not be reaching your target market as well as you'd like. I recently spoke with a successful business owner who was doing well, but she hasn't been able to grow her business in the last couple of years. It's maintained and she's doing well, but she hasn't seen the growth that she would like. And she realized that some of the strategies that got her to where she is are helping her maintain, but they're not helping her grow. And she wanted me to see if I could help her with that. So we analyzed some of her current strategies. Now, she sends a weekly email to a good-sized list that's very responsive. Lots of them, she gets lots of emails back sometimes saying, hey, this information was great. I really appreciate you sending this. It was perfect timing for me. This might be something that you can relate to as well. She also has a team member that blogs each week about various industry topics that gets really good interaction. And, they really spend a lot of time and energy on this. So we went back and we looked at the emails and the podcasts, the emails and the blog posts. And what we found in all of those that she did for most of 2015, not one time did they make a direct offer to the audience. So we made a change and we put some information out in a new newsletter that went out recently with a soft offer at the end. And guess what? Her team received 8 requests that they're now working on. So that's 8 opportunities for new business. Now, of course, they're really happy about this result and we think we can even get that to be higher. But one of the things she said to me was, oh my gosh, the people who responded have been on my list for a long time. I know some of them pretty well. I can't believe that they just didn't kind of come to me before. So the power of the offer, even to people that you think have heard your information and have seen what you have to offer, I just can't stress enough that making it a personal and saying, hey, this offer is for you and here's the action I want you to take, really does make a difference. Now, lastly, we talked a little bit about audience. So if you aren't getting results and your offer's really good and you're making offers, it's likely that you're not getting it in front of the right people. So it would be worthwhile to get to know your audience and know how to reach them. People are looking for what you have to offer, so make it easy. Hang out where they hang out. Put the offer in their language. If they use some sort of jargon or there's some industry terms, make sure you use what they're going to respond to. A couple of other ideas is build a place for them to congregate, like a Facebook group online or even a meetup group where they can socialize and get to know you in real life and be able to grow your audience in that way. One of the best things to do is to find ways to add your offer when you're also giving value. So in a blog post or a podcast, or when you're speaking live or a part of a forum in a Facebook group, hosting or being a guest on a podcast or webinar is a great way to provide a ton of value and give an offer to an audience that's ready and willing to hear it. Anyone can sell effectively. I hope you'll use this simple formula as your guide and don't overcomplicate it, because sales really is just about making an offer and giving someone the chance to say yes. And in the spirit of making offers, I'm going to make one today for you. If you need help making your offer more compelling, I'd like to help you with that. So go to the website, which is soundadvicesales.com/podcast, And on the show notes for this podcast, there's a place where you can leave a comment. Just leave a comment and say, yes, I'd like help. And I'll email you and we'll set something up so that we can work on your offer. Thanks for being here today, and thanks for being part of the podcast. Until next time, this is Phyllis Nichols.
Till next time, have fun, be you, and share your sound advice with the world. For more info and show notes, or to connect with Phyllis, go to soundadvicesales.com or on Facebook at Sound Advice Sales.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.